I'm deeply saddened by the events we all witnessed yesterday, in disbelief watching senseless and thoughtless acts of violence, hatred, and abuse as many broke their way into the Capitol building yesterday. It's tragic and a vivid reminder of how deeply divided our country is right now. No doubt most of us are hurt, saddened, and angry about all of this, and rightfully so. I don't respond to much political events because my role as a pastor is not to lobby for a certain party or policies, but to love people and show them the way of Jesus. And it's for that reason that I want to address specifically one thing that upset me more than anything else yesterday. In the middle of the chaos of the mob scene was a banner declaring Jesus 2020, as if it was directly linked with a political platform as well as the violent mob scene we witnessed. Let me be perfectly frank. The Jesus I know personally and have had the privilege to preach and teach about on a regular basis would have nothing to do with the acts of yesterday. Jesus came to bring peace to the world, not insurrection and a violent mob. He continually sacrificed his own life and platform to raise others up, ultimately culminating in his own death for the sake of other people. He never let out of insecurity, never incited a mob to vilify others, never rallied people to abuse, harm, or to acts of violence. He said, if someone strikes you on the cheek, turn the other cheek. That's the exact opposite of what happened yesterday. But those who love power and political platforms have always abused the truth. World leaders have often used Christian words to try to win the hearts of people, all the while secretly despising and hating the true character of Jesus, seeing it as far too weak to further their political agenda. There are some who would see their faith as directly tied with a certain political platform, refusing to believe that you could be a Christian and a Democrat or a Republican. But Jesus clarified that his kingdom was not of this world and couldn't be tied down to a certain party. Jesus was not a Democrat. He was not a Republican. He's the king of the universe who showed up as a true leader, leadership that determines to love at all costs, even at the cost of his own life. He said, I didn't come to be served, but to serve and give my life as a ransom for many. And that greater love has no one than this, that he laid down his life for his friends. When offered political leadership, Jesus refused every time. And when his disciples tried to lead by force and violence, Jesus strongly rebuked them, declaring, put your sword back in its place, for all who draw the sword will die by the sword. And ultimately, when he was dying on the cross, Jesus didn't even blast his enemies, but instead died for them and prayed for them, saying, Father, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. This is the Jesus I follow and love. Not the Jesus 2020 that was displayed yesterday. Though it's tempting to see a political figure as the face of Christianity, we must not confuse political power and agenda as the way of the crucified Jesus of Nazareth. As a follower of the true Jesus, I'm deeply saddened by yesterday and the political defamation of the Savior I hold so dear, who rescued me at the cost of his own life. So I urge you, pray for our nation, that the good news of Jesus would not be lost in this mob scene, and that his true followers would help rebuild through love and sacrifice, peace and humility.